Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. BlubberButter, and today I'm going to be playing the Disposables. Now I kind of woke up and I was ready to go to the store, but the store's not open right now, so I have some time to kill. And decided I'm going to go ahead and play this. Now I've actually cleaned, it says clean up all bloodstains, hide all evidences. You're basically disposing of bodies and getting rid of all the evidence. And unfortunately this is not the first time I've played it. My last recording did not work out too well, so you can pretend that I've never done this before. Now here's the thing, there are a whole bunch of bodies and blood. You have to dispose of them. Now, there's unfortunately a very sad lack of options. However, if you look down in the notes below, they say they are currently in the process of adding new levels and new content. So I am very happy about that. I will be reviewing this one though. Now there are a few different things you can do. You can burn them to death. Well, they're already dead, so yeah, that doesn't actually work. But I mean, like, you can literally burn them to get rid of all the evidence. You have to make sure you pick up everything, though, because some things will detach. And roll down the fire, apparently. And the cops seem to be abnormally... They're very good at catching you. Let's just see. Like, let's just leave that there, and we'll see if the cop actually catches that. Anyway, there are guns here. You have to hide them or dispose of them. I don't think there's any way to break them, but... there's a door here that leads down to the magic underground that I guess the cops won't go through and look through. So you can hide this here. The thing is, you could also hide the bodies here. So there are a few different things you can do. You can also just randomly mess around with the bodies if you so feel inclined. Okay, or I could not point the way I want it to. Okay, that is just insulting. I do that. You can just stab it if you want, but I don't think it really gets rid of the body. It just causes more blood to be cleaned up. So, yeah, if you're sadistic, you can do this, but, and I am sometimes sadistic with video games, but this is kind of useless. There's, like, nothing you can do with that. So, drop that there. You can also mess around with the axe. Now, with the axe, you can actually chop off limbs and stuff. But again, you're stuck with the exact same situation. You, can't do anything with it. So, yeah. This is normal, so you could have just left it alone, but you can drop it in there. You can't fire guns or anything, so that's also unfortunate. So there are only a few different things you can do with the body. I've only found 3 valid ways of disposing of those. Number 1, putting them in the fire. Or number 2, hiding them in here. The other thing is acid here, and it took me a while to figure out what to do with the acid because it's not very clear, which is part of the game. The heart of the game is you're supposed to figure it out yourself. I appreciate that. You drop this in the water. Apparently, the cops are not too concerned about green bubbly pools with obvious melting objects inside of them and a bottle of acid floating to the top. They're just like, oh, yep, these people have weird hobbies. Totally cool. Whatever. Anyway, so you can dispose of the bodies in there. And that is the most efficient and fast method of disposing of the bodies. As you can see, they're already breaking down. Supposedly, you can break down the guns, too. Where's a gun? Let's try that. As you can see what I mean, I don't usually trust it though, I just hide the guns. But, yeah, it's turning black and it's starting to go. When you're ready to leave, you hit this. Now, since I'll be reviewing, there's just a couple things I want to point out before I go through and finish it for you. You're stuck here at the screen when you start. This place is a mess, what do we do now? And you couldn't click to advance it or anything. It took me a while to figure out. It would be nice if there was something that said the directions here so I can know that right click moves around and left click can grab objects. Making use of the trash can is not a great idea. You can, I guess, chop up the body into small pieces and then put them in the trash can, but by that point you're already running out of time, so that's not useful. The last thing I need to mention before going through this and finishing it is to wipe away the blood, you use this. It does not matter if it is wet or not, and apparently it doesn't collect blood on it, so that is a good or bad thing depending on if you care about it being easy or care about it being, you know, realistic. So if you run out of time, the cops come here anyway. He looks. And he notices a lot of things. Because there's quite a bit of blood here. So you're apparently only allowed a max of 10 evidences. It just now occurred to me what that actually means. I could leave dead bodies around the ground and just clean up all the blood and guns and still get away with it. Yep, he did notice the partial skull. If you are wiping away the blood and leave just a tiny bit, he will notice that tiny bit of blood. He's an oddly talented copy. Like, this is just there to look around for everything. So now I'm going to go through here and actually finish it. I'm going to attempt to do it perfectly, since it's kind of a walkthrough now. Also a review. I'm not revealing anything. And I'm not sure if it actually helps it or not, but I've been putting both things of acid in there, and again, I'm not sure if that makes it more effective or not, but it's what I've been doing. Seems to work fine for me. That table almost always goes. It's part of the process, apparently. I don't use the fire because you have the chance of things rolling out. The acid is really the best, safest, and easiest way to go through this. For the guns, you could melt it in the acid, but let's be honest, it's probably safer and faster to just hide them in here. Where you could have hit the bodies, I guess. I think when you move around the bodies too much, you have the chance of blood getting all over the place. So I've been avoiding that. And apparently you don't have to make this wet, so you just rub this down. But you have to make sure you go over it entirely, because sometimes it'll leave like a drop of blood or something that you can't see, but the cop apparently can. So you need to be careful for that. Because the cop's pretty observant in this game. And I really do like the game. It's an interesting idea. It's kind of like Viscera Cleanup, only not 3D and less gory. The thing is, I was kind of hoping for a few more features. Like, there's only so many things you can do. Here, let me drop the chair. Apparently the blood in the pool can't be like dissolved or anything. So you just have to, it's just gonna sink. But like, you can't wipe it down with this or anything. Well, what I was saying is, it'd be nice if there were... Oh, crud. There's another gun. Entirely missed that. There's not a lot you can do with a body. Like I said, there are a few things you can do, and then the guns, you just hide them. So it would be nice if there was a little more creativity allowed. If I don't know. Can't think of anything. But, like, it'd be nice if you could look around and find some other secret things you can do with the bodies and stuff like that. Anyway, I think at this point it's done. I can't wipe that away, but I think it's okay. At this point, I've definitely passed, though. Look, they're all clear. So you go leave. Cop comes here, because I guess they were called or something, and apparently there's nothing wrong. Yay. Except for that ghost banging on the door there. It's like shaking, and he's like, oh, yep, it's just a shaking door. Totally cool. I should have left, like, one body out, so there'd be a dead body, like, just lying on the chair. But they're like, oh, yep, there's a dead body. Must have been nothing. Cool. And I got a perfect score. And the other thing I have to say is there's no actual, like, it says success, but there's no ending or anything, so it'd be nice if there were, like, medals or an ending or something. That would be pretty cool. But it's still a good game. I enjoyed it. Like I said, the idea was really cool. The execution was a little bit bland because there wasn't a whole lot you can do with the bodies. I'm kind of a morbid person. I played a lot of the terrible games on Game Jolt, or Newgrounds, rather. And I don't know. I was kind of expecting to be a little more of a psychotic, messed up adventure, but it really wasn't. And it's still a good game, though. Like, I like it, and I'm excited to hear that they're putting new projects out, and I will definitely look forward to playing that when they release that. Right now, I'm just reviewing this, and this is good, but I feel like there's a lot more potential. And apparently, they realize that, too, because they're making more of it. And if let me look down here. This currently has 13.9 thousand views and 10.8 thousand plays. 10.8 thousand. Does that mean it's 10,800? Plays. So yeah, there's that. It's a nice game. I liked it. I was happy with it. It just I'm looking forward to seeing new content, because while it is good, it's just a little bit bland. Anyway, with that, I'm going to stop. I encourage you guys to check it out. There could be some other things here I didn't see. It's very likely. So go ahead and click on the link I'll have down in the description below and support the developer. But with that, I'm going to stop. You all have a great day. And I, Mr. BlubberButter, will see you later. Bye.